Good morning, knuckleheads. Today's topic I want to talk to y'all about something that I've been seeing a lot about, hearing a lot about the new school riders versus us old school riders that's been around for decades. Us old school, we grew up where you lived by integrity. You lived by your word. You lived by respect, trust, honor, loyalty. Us old school riders have been called dinosaurs, and we should be put out in the pasture and shot. Well, sometimes that is the case. One thing that I've been hearing a lot of from these new riders is, you know, going through these bike nights and all that other crap, and the old school bikers are looking down on them because they come in on a crotch rocket or they're coming in on a smaller bike. Um, they're not coming in on their big old uh, cruisers. They're not coming in on their uh, gold wings, or their street glides and all that crap. Now, some old school, yeah, they prefer you come in, you have a certain cut, not really meaning, motorcycle cut, you know, but you walk with integrity, you walk with pride. And a lot of these bikers nowadays don't look that. Being a real biker is going out the door in a handbasket. I won't tell you why. Us old school bikers are not teaching these young whippersnappers what it is to be a biker. Now, they are into these sport bikes, they're into these smaller bikes, like the Sportsters and stuff like that. It gets them around. And I don't have any problems with that because for me, it's always been the riding, being out there on that open road, being out there enjoying life as it was meant to be. Except for if you are crazy enough to ride one of those spider looking things where the two wheels are in front. No, that's snowmobile with a birth defect. Those things are ugly. Pull. You never catch me alive or dead on one of those things. Not even as a joke. Those things are so freaking ugly. I wouldn't want them. But anyway, get back to the topic. The thing that I've talked about to other writers, is that they want to find their own niche, like we did. But as most of us, we was taught, we were shown the ropes, we were shown how things were, how things were meant to be, the life, the open road, the freedom. Getting out there on that road and just being free, just walking away from all your stress and all your mumbo jumbo of the day, week, whatever. We were shown that. And the bad thing is a lot of us old school people are not teaching the new riders out there. They want to sit there and be part of our community. But a lot of us old school are rubbing our nose up at them, thinking that we're too good for them. We're not. We are bikers, a band of brotherhood that's only been seen in the military. These young riders, some of them are military and they're looking for the brotherhood that we have. Brotherhood that we sit there and call each of us family members, loyalty to one another. I've been in this family brotherhood when I came into it. It didn't matter what we rode. We rode Nortons, we rode Hondas, rode Kawasaki's, we rode a hodgepodge of different other bikes. Back in the 60s and early 70s, when I came into this, we had a hodgepodge of motorcycles that we rode. Yeah, there's a few clubs out there that sat there and said you have to have a Harley or nothing else. If you rode up on a Honda, that bike would have been totaled. If you came up in on a Suzuki, your bike would have been blown the hell up. It would have sat there and been sacrificed right in front of your eyes. It did not matter the price you paid for it, all the custom work you did on it, the custom paint, the hours of paint. It didn't matter. Some of you old school know what I'm talking about. Some of you new school know what I'm talking about. Old school versus new school. Old school versus new school. That's definitely a topic that we, as a biker community, need to talk about. We need to get this word out. We need to sit there and open others' eyes because the rate we're going, we will be the last generation bikers out there. Clubs are being careless because they're hungry for new riders, but they walked away from tradition. They're letting Leos in by the droves, knowing they're Leos. We had a guy that built a club in Chicago that was working for the Leos. And he said that he was a Diamond Club member. His club was a Diamond Club and all this other stuff. And he was such a big badass, this, whatever. Nah, he was just a little punk. You young riders out there, I want y'all to let me know what y'all think. You don't want to sit there and have more of us old school help you know the ropes. I know y'all are still trying to learn your niche. You're still trying to get your power on, find out where y'all belong. But I see a lot of you little new riders sitting there acting like you're bigger than we are. You ain't big, you ain't bad. Remember, y'all want respect, you gotta give it as well. Respect is earned, not given. You little young riders out there, y'all want to sit there and be part of our family, then show us that y'all want to be part of the family. Y'all want to go to a bike night, don't show up on a 10 speed. Don't show up on a Schwinn, Huffy, or whatever. And claim to be a biker. That just don't fly. I've seen some of you knuckleheads do that. I've seen some knuckleheads wear that Sons of Anarchy bull crap and say that they are a mighty biker. Nah, they'll get you beat. They'll get your cut taken from you, ripped off of you, and it will be cut off because Sons of Anarchy is just a TV show. There's no truth in what they've done. Yeah, Sonny Barger was in on it. He was a great help to him. I love you, Sonny. You're the best. Miss you, bud. Can't wait to see you again. If you ask some of us old school bikers, sit down and have a conversation with us, most of us don't have an issue talking with you. But if you come dressed in like you're one of those Power Ranger dudes, yeah, you're going to get laughed at. Don't mean that we're not going to talk to you. You know, I was talking to a guy about our cuts. You know, we're not clean shaven. We're not dressed in $100 suit, $200 suit. You know, looking like a reject from the Power Rangers. A lot of us look like we're grungy. We're run of the mill, desolate Mad Max rejects. But hey, that works for us. It don't matter what you look like in the long run. Like I said, us bikers, we run on integrity. We run on your word. Your word is your bond. The only thing that you can take with you when you go up to hell or oh, go down to hell or up to heaven, whichever direction you're ended up, and whatever your belief system is, you know, if you believe in heaven or hell, it's up to you. But like I said, I want. Hold on, let me turn on the light quick. There we go. Sorry for the mess. Started to get dark earlier. But like I said, you young riders want to know your niche? Great. But there's a few things that you should do. One, take the time, talk with us old schoolers. Not all of us are going to look down at you because you look like a Power Ranger riding a sport bike. There's a lot of us that want to pass down our codes, our ways of life, our lifestyle. Not all of us are Neanderthals. Not all of us have blinders on, or we only see one thing. There's a lot of us that see the whole bigger picture. We're not going to be around forever. We're a down breed. But I want to sit there and I want to pass on the years, the decades of writing knowledge that I've been through, as some of us old schoolers have been through. I don't want to see our way of life come to an end. Oh, good. My mate is eating his food. My cat. He should be fired. He's not cleaning up like he's supposed to. But I would love to hear what y'all think. I really would. And no, I'm not mad by crossing my arms. That's just me way of thinking. I'm not showing that I'm bigger, better. That ain't who I am. I am, however, frustrated because we're not communicating between each other. You got the new school over here that are afraid to come over here with us old schoolers because of being put down because they're not riding the big baggers, the big uh, V twin Harleys, they're not riding the street glides, the electric glides, what have you, the big, powerful bikes. You see the traffic out there? Oh, come on, bud. Love you, big guy. You really see the traffic out there? These smaller bikes are a lot easier to handle in those traffics. Now, I'm not dogging the bigger bikes. I've had several of them. But I've also had several small bikes too. I've had a 250, I've had a 650, I've had a 700. Also had 1100. There's nothing wrong with any of the bikes. You know, I'm really, really hoping that I'm not just shooting the breeze on deaf ears. I'm hoping that I get views on this video, and I hope you share the crap out of it. So that way, other people will sit there and listen and learn. Not all of us are bad. Not all of us are Neanderthals. We'll sit there and we'll talk to you. You new riders, I hear a lot that y'all want to sit there and participate with toys, doing the toy runs and all this stuff. What's stopping you? What's stopping you from going out there and doing the toy runs with us? Hmm? What's stopping you from doing runs for cancer? There's not a dang thing that's stopping you except for yourselves. The more you show up at these events, the better it'll be for you. Because one thing that we also do is consistency. You prove yourself worthy. And yeah, I know. You're a new rider. You know everything. You don't have to prove anything. Yeah, you do. Sad to tell you, yes, you do. You've got to prove to us, not just us as bikers, not just us old school bikers, but the community itself. You got to prove to us as a community as a whole that you're willing to sit there and take the time to put the effort in to go to these rallies for toys for kids, to go to these rallies for cancer, to go to these rallies to help our vets out. You young whippersnappers, y'all need to sit there and put your mouths where it counts. Don't be afraid of getting a little bit saddle sore. And if you don't know what saddle sore means, is some miles on that motorcycle. And no, you do not need to be in a motorcycle club to do any of this. Show up on your motorcycle with a group of friends, help out, do what you can. Donate blood. Go to these toys runs. Start taking the ring. Don't let us old schools be the dead schools, where we are the only last group of bikers that care enough to go out on these streets. Don't let us old school bikers, we're not gangs beyond popular belief. That's only the police terms for us. We are a brotherhood of bikers. New school, old school, still the same thing. We all have the same thing in common: the love of that open road, the freedom that we have every time we get on that motorcycle out there. We need to stand up right now, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not next year. We need to start standing up right now. We need to start standing up and putting our mouths where it counts as well. Old school bikers, we need to step up our game as well, because we need to show these young whippersnappers what it's like. Don't have that pride of sitting there saying, "Oh yeah, we're this, we're this, da, da, da. We're a 1%er, we're this, da, da, da." We're not Neanderthals. We do not have blinders on. Now, unless it's a nice looking lady, nice looking bike, nice looking car. Oh, heck yeah. And blinders on every day. But that's a different story. I wasn't going to do a live video today. I was just going to let it rest for a little bit, just enjoy my life for a little while and just kind of play my World of Warcraft for a bit. And then all of a sudden, there's a lot of people that kept bringing up the same subject. Same subject. I was at the store. I was listening to a couple of new riders talking about us old school bikers. Then I get home. A couple of good friends of mine. They're young. They're new within about the last decade, maybe, of riding. So they're still new, even though they got some miles on there. But buddy of mine sent me a video. He's saying the same thing, where he went to a bike night. Him and several buddies went to a bike night. Wanted to enjoy the night. But some of us old school bikers made them feel uncomfortable because they weren't on their big bad baggers, their electric glides and all that stuff. A lot of them came in on their Sportsters and their little Kawasaki's and, whatever, you know, don't recollect all what he said that they had, but they weren't all just Harleys. And some of them made them feel real uncomfortable being there. Him and I had long, extensive talk. He knows I'm old school, but he also knows that I don't care what you ride. I never have cared about what you wrote. It's what makes you happy out on those open roads, what makes you get that freedom of feeling that we get. Seeing the world without being in a cage. You know, I'm one that isn't afraid to tell you how it is the way it is. I'll go toe to toe to anybody. But I am one that does not want us old school bikers to be the last school bikers. We need more people to stand up to help the BACA, Bikers Against Child Abuse. They are great. I love them at BACA. They are a great organization. You young riders want to feel your niche and you want to feel you're comfortable, you want to help out in the community. That's a good place to start. They go out of their way to help these children that needs help. I salute everybody at BACA. Don't put your nose up to these young riders. And this is going out to you old school backers, old school brothers and sisters out there. We need to help these young bucks out. They want to feel accepted just the same as we did back in our day. We wanted a place where we belonged. The old school before us took us in, helped us get our niche, helped us as they passed the torch to us. Remember, we used to be in their boots. We used to be in their boots. We was hungry before. We know how it feels to be hungry out on those streets, looking for our place, for our acceptance in society. Now, our society was a whole lot different than out there in civil society because we're bikers. We are geared differently. We are mentally different than all these other knuckleheads out there. You know, just the same as these new riders. These new riders out there are young bucks trying to find their niche. We need to stand up for them young bucks. So my challenge to you, old school, and you young school, new school, young bucks, my challenge to you right now is to sit down and talk with each other. Young bucks, start helping in the community. You need to put your mouth where it counts. If you say you want to be part of something, if you want to be part of the community of us bikers, you want to sit there and go to bike night with us, you want to hang out with us, you want to sit there and do these toy runs with us, you want to go to these concert places, with us, then let's see y'all do it. Let's see you put the rubber down where it counts. Put your mouth where it counts. Because we're not trusting you on just your word. You have to back your word up 100%. Because without your word, you ain't nothing. No matter how good of intentions you have, no matter what things you're thinking of doing, we don't accept excuses. We don't accept excuses. If you know there's a toy run out there, show up. Grab a group of friends, your family members, show up. It's that easy. There's a bike night at the bar down the road, show up. Mingle. Yeah, at first it's not going to be easy. Yeah, you're going to be looked down upon because you're probably dressed like your Power Ranger reject. But that's used to it. That's normal. We went through the same thing. Young school bikers show up when it counts. Start putting your mouths to good use. Put rubber on those tires. Get a little bit of saddle sore. Don't be afraid to ride. Don't be afraid to ride with us old school. You'll learn a lot. New school versus old school. Old school, don't be afraid to ride with the new school because we can teach them and we can learn a lot as well. I'm really hoping, like I said, I'm hoping that this does not go on deaf ears because this is a prevalent time to discuss this. This needs to be addressed by the whole biker community. New school and old school needs to come together. We need to pass the torch down to the new school. We need to show the new school how it is to discern our way of life. Yeah, they're going to do things their own way, but still, we need to give them the core. We need to give them that core value that make sure that they uphold the traditional codes of what it means to be a biker. Give them the code of honor, the code of conduct, code of respect, code of loyalty, code, all of our codes, all of our core beliefs needs to be passed on to the new school. New school will figure the rest of this crap out on their own. They will find their niche. But we need, as old school, needs to stand up and guide them. A lot of these new school bikers are running scared because they're going from crawling to running. They're not walking. They jumped in the fire without being told, hey, you're going to get burnt. Some of them are learning the hard way and they're scared because it's us old school that's not helping them out. We need to help them out as old school. Now, I'm going to end it here because I think I've been a little long winded more than I should have. But this is a tough subject that needs to be discussed. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Show me that you're listening. Show me that you're there. Don't be afraid to comment down below what you think. If there's anything that us old school can help, new school with, to guide you with, don't be afraid to ask us. We're here. We've been in your shoes before. So we know. But anyway, like I said, please like and share this video to your friends, whether they're old school bikers or new school bikers. It don't matter. Because I want to hear everybody's opinion. I want to hear what y'all think. Even if y'all ain't riders yourselves. I bet you $100 to a dozen donuts, y'all know a biker. One of your family members is a biker. Good friend you've known from high school is a biker. Some of you would really love to be a biker. Hey, if you want to be a biker, more power to you. It don't care. It don't matter what you ride. Just be free. Enjoy yourself. Remember, rule number one with being biker, integrity. Without your words, you ain't nothing. Loyalty, trust, honor, respect. Those are the core values we hold dear to us. If you don't have integrity, you don't have trust. And without trust, you ain't nothing either. And like I said earlier, if you want to sit there and go to bike night and you tell people that you're going to show up but don't, that's going to look bad on you. The more we look at your mouth and you're not backing it up with your actions, we're going to sit there and just lose interest in you at all. We're not even going to give you the time of day. So start putting it up. Start learning the values. Start using the core values: integrity, trust, honor, loyalty, respect. Respect goes a long way. But it's also another dying deal. Anyway, it's time to head out for the night. I'm going to play my World of Warcraft for a little bit, and I'm going to fire my maid since he's over there sleeping on the chair. I love my cat. His name's Garfield. He's my service cat. I love him to pieces. But anyway, I want to give a shout out to all you veterans out there. A hearty salute, honor, respect. I want to give a shout out to all you new recruits that are serving now. I want to give a shout out to all you fighters, warriors that will be serving. As Adam Sandoval says, I love his videos. If you haven't checked him out yet, or you don't know who Adam Sandoval is, he just did on October 5th, bring it home world record from most Harley Davidson parade. Check his videos out. He's a great dude. He's broken many world records. He loves his country. But one thing that he says that sticks with my heart: if you cannot or have not served in the military, find a way to serve those who have. And with that, and all the things that he does for us vets, our vets, is he goes through this country and helps our vets 100%. He gives back to our vets, us vets. Love and respect to all those who serve, have served, and will serve. Battleborn out.